Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Q3 and 9M FY26 results conference call of Emerald Finance Limited. As a reminder, all participants' lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Ronak. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you. On behalf of Kiran Advisors, I welcome you all to the conference call of Emerald Finance Limited. From the management team, we have Mr. Sanjay Agarwal, Managing Director, Mrs. Gurmeet Kaur, Chief Risk Officer, and Mr. Kalan Agarwal, Head of Business Development. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Earnings call for Emerald Finance Limited. With me is Ms. Gurmeet, our Chief Risk Advisor, and Kalan, who is the Chief Business Advisor and heading the tech team. On behalf of the management team, I extend my sincere appreciation to all our stakeholders, investors, analysts for joining us today. We have concluded first 9 months of the year FY26 on a decent note and with a healthy financial growth, operational progress, and expansion on all the 3 verticals in which we are operating in. Our EVA as well as gold loan syndication business has continued to gain more attraction, supported by our rising digital adoption in our company. For the first 9 months, our total standalone income grew by 68%, and our net profit jumped by 104%. To 8.7 CR. On consolidated basis, the total income has increased by 42% to 21.4 CR, and our net profit grew by 73% to 10.7 CR. The results highlight the strength of our asset-light model and effective cost management. Operationally, our quarter reflected a steady progress in our digital and lending initiatives. We have launched our mobile app, plus we have become one of the few companies in India, finance companies in India, to do disbursement via WhatsApp. Also, we have done a syndication of more than 105 crore in gold loans only in the month of December. In the previous quarter, we were thoroughly audited by CRISIL for the annual review. And I'm glad to inform you that CRISIL has upgraded to our investment grade to BBB- from the previous BBB plus rating. This will help us in further raising of funds at reduction in the cost of our funds. Before I conclude, I would like to thank all our shareholders, customers, partners, employees for their continued trust and support. And additionally, I would like to point out, in the last year, we had deposited total tax of 2.22 CR. And for the first 9 months, we had already made a provision for 3.63 crores. As well as the CSR front, last year we did a CSR of 18.46 lakhs. This for the first 9 months, we have already done 28 lakhs. With this strong foundation and disciplined execution, we are confident of sustaining our growth momentum and building Emerald Finance into a scalable and, more importantly, resilient financial enterprise. I will now open for question answer, please.
Thank you. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touch-tone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handset while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Rohit Arora, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, Mr. Rohit.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Sir, as previously at the start of this financial year, our guidance was to add around 250 EWA clients.
Yeah.
And currently we have reached 180.
Yeah, 180. 70 is, if you look at the guidance, 70 is short.
Yes, 70, and Are we still comfortable to achieve?
Yeah, there is one thing. We received a lot of applications in the last quarter, but there were a lot of rejection from our side. So market, given the market turbulence, you are very careful on the credit part. So, there were a lot of rejections that time, see, rather than, achieving 250, we were more focused on, the credit quality, what we are underwriting the corporates now, that should be good.
We are looking to add.
Come again?
We are looking to add corporates of size of almost.
No, what way? Like normally we undertake corporates of 100 with 100 employees plus.
Okay.
So we receive a lot of applications and we continue to receive a lot of applications, but we are tightening our credit norms. Given the turbulence in the market now, and the overall economic situation, we are very careful in onboarding the corporates. So that is why, we just onboarded 30 corporates in the last quarter.
Yes, that's why I was asking the question.
Yeah.
So if I may just pitch in here, sorry. So actually we revised our underwriting and credit policy on the 1st of October 2025, given the market situation. So, as I mentioned that we indeed received a lot of applications and interest from companies, but given the tightening of our own credit rules, a lot of them were rejected. Right. So we are actually now focusing on the quality of corporates we're getting rather than the quantity alone. So if you actually see towards the business front, our business has increased at a much faster pace than the corporates we want, than the pace at which we've onboarded new corporates. The idea is to now focus on the quality we are onboarding, given the turbulent market conditions, given it, especially in the MSME space.
But if you see, in spite of the tight credit norms, both the top line and the bottom line have grown in the last quarter.
Yes, that is very good. And are we looking to add different corporates which are working in different businesses?
Yeah. We are open to all types of business lines.
And are we expanding to more geographies?
Yeah, we are already operating pan India. We are operating as far as Chennai, this side Calcutta. We are already operating in Surat, Pune, Hyderabad.
And what are the qualities that we are looking in the corporates before acquiring them as an EVA customer?
So before we partner with any company, we essentially are looking at two major things. One is the cash flow statement and financial position. Second is the credit history. So has the corporate effectively defaulted on any trade lines or has any outstanding DPTs won? Second is the corporate cash rich, or is the corporate profitable that they can meet salaries for the next 3 months. So these are a major criteria. Then we of course have further underwriting which we do on the corporates.
And energy related IPP, independent power producers, are doing very good. Are we adding them as a client?
Sorry, who?
So electricity, renewable related projects, related companies.
If we get an opportunity to partner, we'll follow our underwriting and definitely partner with them.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Abhi Jain from AJ Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Hi. So I'm new to the company, so I just wanted to understand, one, in terms of this crowded market, this whole NBFC space that you're in, given that, the two main product lines that I understand you operate in the gold loan and the EWA space, can you help us understand and can you help the broader investing community understand what is the scope and what is the, breadth of the market that currently you're operating in? I mean, how much can this market grow? What is your penetration? And whether you would need to diversify into other products, and just give us a 5 or 7 year blueprint to help understand what is the ambition of the company and where can it go from here.
So let me take this. So I'll just expand the horizon a little. So we're not only into gold loan sourcing and EVA. So again, just to go back, so we incorporated back in 94, 95. We started as a loan sourcing agent for City Finance back then. And in 2015, we received a BSE listing along with our NBFC license. So if you essentially see our balance sheet today, so we have two major verticals. One, we are a loan sourcing agent for 40 plus banks in NBFCs for whom we do retail loans, wholesale loans. So gold loan is part of the syndication business itself within the subsidiary. Second, we are an NBFC. So we have roughly 103 crores in AUM. Now the majority of this is made of business loans, MSME business loans. And EVA is a very small portion of this. So essentially we have an entire suite of financial services which we cater to, whenever we onboard a corporate or to its employees in general. So combined both the entities, we have a breadth of products which we have and a good suite of technology, I would say there. Now going forward, the idea is to increase the book size of Emerald from 100 crores to another 2 to 300 crores in the next 5 to 6 years, while simultaneously increasing the syndication business. From the syndication business, we receive a healthy fees, without any risk. And we see a good pool of customers being sourced through our DSAs.
All right. So, breaking my next question into two parts. On the syndication side, what is the current month-on-month growth that you're witnessing? And secondly, again, coming back to the question, since on the NBFC side, given that it's a crowded space, right, and the ambition right now is to grow the book from 100 crores to 200, 300 crores in the next 5 to 6 years, there is a plethora of NBFC which are, at a much larger scale, growing at a much faster pace. So what differentiates you? And just to understand, what is the differentiator, and how does an investor understand how well the company understands and analyzes and underwrites risk? Because, risk-calibrated growth is something that stands out in NBFC. So can you just throw some light around that also? And secondly, coming back on the distribution side, what is your month-to-month growth? Yeah.
Sure. So I'll just start maybe with the risk part here. So our historical risk in the past 11 years since the NBFC has been in operation, since we've received a license, our historical NPA has been lower than 0.4, 0.5% historically, right? So I think in terms of our underwriting / risk, we are very, very prudent there, and that reflects with our NPA numbers as well. Now coming to the distribution growth. So last year we did close to 900 crores worth of distribution, or about 1,000 crores worth of distribution combined for all the banks and NBFCs. This year we're projecting to do about 1,200 to 1,300 crores. So last quarter, in fact, we did 400 crores in totality as syndication. And this quarter we are expecting it to grow by a bit. Now where the moat here comes is our distribution, right? Because again, if you're doing 400 crores a quarter for other banks, we see the kind of quality clients we're getting. So it's not very difficult for us to maybe source even 10% of that into our own books, right? So our distribution is very much sorted from that end. And again, the distribution business, as we mentioned, is growing decently. We did about 115 crores of GL last month itself, which has been growing tremendously for us. And thirdly, being we are a technology company, we have an entire in-house technology team, and the entire our EVA stack is built in-house. A lot of our processes are built in-house. So I think that allows us to leverage technology at a much larger scale. So even if you see our PAT margins have been growing quarter on quarter. So last quarter we had a PAT margin of close to 51%.
So in India, only 3 companies are, right now, focused on to EVA. One is us, other is Refine, third is Rishi in Bombay. Refine is Chennai based. And look at the EVA companies worldwide, they're going at a tremendous speed. And there's no doubt, and India is such a huge market that we should in the coming years go at a much faster speed. And it's a lot of we have taken checks and balances, and that's why the NPS numbers are very low, very low.
Right. No, that is helpful. But since the company is still new to the investor sector, what would help, and if I could forward that suggestion, is that if you could lay out as part of investor decks or going forward, just as a presentation, a 5-year, 10-year kind of a roadmap, just to understand, where do you see yourself growing? What are the sectors that will grow? How will your growth will be, risk-adjusted, risk-calibrated? Because that really gives an insight into, what can be expected, and then people can track you down from there as to whether the organization is going in the right direction. Because currently it's a blue ocean in terms of, understanding the company. Because there's so many companies, it's such a crowded space. So to give a valuation premium or just to understand the company better, you will need much more insights into the company. That's what my suggestion would be.
Absolutely true. The 2 years back, our total EPS was 1.37. Last year, it was 2.57. And for the first 9 months, we have crossed 3. So if you just extrapolate, I think we should close this year on a 4+ EPS. And, on a year-on-year basis, almost going 70 to 80%. Now, if we close the 4+ EPS this year, I think hopefully we should touch anywhere with 7 to 8 next year.
Oh, that's what interests me. The growth interests me. I just for the long-term investors, it helps to have a vision and a roadmap, so that we can also understand and align ourselves to that. So yeah. So a vision document or a roadmap document would really help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. We've noted it from the next. In the next analysis,
we take care of it. We already given that we're going 8 to 10x in the next 3-4 years. I think we're on track for quarter year or 2 will be here. If you look at, we're almost having 70% year-on-year basis.
So I wish you all the best, and from whatever I hear from your comments, and so I wish you all the best, and I'll be tracking your journey.
So I'm just saying, there's huge scope in Iran now. We have not even scratched the surface. India is such a huge market. If you look at companies in the Philippines or Indonesia, they have grown so big in Iran. There's no reason why companies in India will not grow.
Great, sir. Thank you. That's it from my side, and hoping to attend more calls and understand the company more better. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Prateek from Code Advisory LLP. Please go ahead.
Hello. I'm audible?
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible to us.
Yeah. I just wanted to understand how much of the interest income that we generated in this quarter 3 comes from EVA, and for the fee-based income, how much of that revenue comes from gold?
Again. Sure. I'll take that. So only on the EVA front. So EVA maybe don't charge any interest. We only charge a processing fee. So it's booked under the processing fee income.
Okay.
So gold loan, I think, will be. Yes.
So when we are seeing fee-based income was around 4 crores for quarter 3, EVA would be included in this?
Correct. So if I just give you the revenue split altogether between all the 3 verticals.
Yeah.
So 4.5% of the consolidated revenue was from EVA. About 47% was interest income. The balance was fee-based income.
And gold as a percentage of fee-based income would be?
I think will be a better.
Around 65% of that.
60 to 65% of the fee-based was from gold, right? The gold loans that we took.
See, there's a lot of cross-selling also. A lot of gold loans which are sourcing are from EVA clients.
Right.
So we already done, there's a lot of cross-selling from the existing database. A lot of EVA clients, employees, we are giving them gold loans also.
Right.
So that
Got it. Any delinquencies on the EVA front for Q3 that we saw?
Yeah. Would you like to take that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the Q3 we had an NPA of about 26 lakhs, and that was driven by one corporate who underwent fundamental liquidity issue. That particular corporate, we had paused operations with them, and out of 26 lakhs from that particular, out of 25 to 26 lakhs that we had reported to RBI as an NPA. The collection is on, and I think we'll be able to do the complete recovery of the outstanding amount by the end of February. So they have an intent.
17 lakhs is already recovered, no?
17 lakhs is already recovered from them.
Out of the 26 lakhs.
Yeah. And then we do have, so that is the only NPA that we had And that was mainly driven by one corporate who started facing some liquidity issues.
So in that particular case, do we block them or do we give them an additional time to make the payments? Like what happens in that case with that corporate?
So they cannot avail further disbursement. So any further outflow of the money is paused, and then our collection efforts, then the collection processes are kick-started, and that is what is exactly happening with them now.
Okay, understood.
But there's nothing to worry about in this particular company because Tata and IBM also their representatives are also on their board. They have a tie-up with them, Tata and the IBM. So out of 26, what we reported to as on 31st December to RBI, something we have already recovered in the month of Jan.
Okay, got it.
And the balance amount should also come.
Right. Another question I had was the current run rate for EVA. Earlier it was I think 4 crore a month, and then we had gone to 6 crores. And the guidance was to get to 13 to 15 crores by FY26. So could you just give some clarity on where we are right now?
Also, in the last month, we did about 8.5 CR worth of disbursements.
Okay.
With 180 corporates. So the idea is that by the end of March, we should be anywhere between 11.5 to 12 CR.
Okay. Understood. Last question. From the borrowing cost and balance sheet growth, how much of it can be supported without further equity dilution? If you can give some guidance on that, that would be really helpful. And what is the cost of funds for us currently? And post this rating upgrade, how do you see that, helping us?
So that equity ratio is only 0.2%.
Right.
There is ample scope for raising further debt. Already, we're in talks with now State Bank and other banks also now. Once we have now got the investment grade rating, now a lot of other banks should also open up.
Okay. And
we are already forwarding a proposal to a couple of more banks, both in the private and the public sector, and we should raise funds from there.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Immediately after the meeting, I have a meeting with the general manager of State Bank, at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
After the conference now, I'm going to the State Bank with a meeting with the GM.
So in terms of, as you mentioned, when you said about revenue breakup, you said there's a lot of cross-sell income. How should we look at when we look at like the revenue breakup going forward in terms of the mix? Like I have tracked it historically, we have around 50-50 mix between interest income and fee-based income. Going forward, how do you see this split going, and like will it always remain at these levels with the growth rates that you have projected as an answer to the previous question?
Also going forward, we actually expect that EVA's processing fee will increase to anything between 6 to 7%. So that would be our target going forward, as all the segments increase, grow together rather. And the cross-sell is again then booked as a processing fee or interest given the status of the loan, whether we have financed it on our own books or we've, sourced it to other banks.
Right, but in terms of our aspiration and growth, do you think that then the interest income would become a larger share in terms of the mix? Would it still be 50-50 or we would have like a 70-30 kind of a mix?
So again, as we mentioned, we're trying to group both our segments, right? So if you say the interest income becomes 70%, my processing fee becomes close to 30% then. So again, that means my syndication business is not growing, right? Which is not good for us.
We think of it as
both of them
growing both.
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
Correct. So I think the ideal mix here would be about a 46 for both and another 8 for EVA.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Ankit, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Mr. Ankit, are you there?
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, hi. Good evening. My question was on the follow-up question on the NPA. What went wrong with the company, and was it outstanding for a single month, the entire 26 lakh rupees?
I'll just explain that. So since it is an EVA product, this was disbursal that was done in one particular month. And when that particular, whatever that we have disbursed, they could not pay on the required due date in the following month, the limits were paused for them. They had some internal operational issues, and which led to some financial crisis. And they kind of told us in advance that they will take about 2 to 3 months to fix that up. So, given that it is a very credible corporate and which has got some known names on their board, they took some time to do an internal reshuffling and internal rejig of their processes and their management. And as committed by them, once they are able to stabilize their processes completely, they started to pay us. So out of 26 lakhs which is due, 17 lakhs has already been received, and the remaining 9 lakhs is expected to come anytime in February.
Okay. So like they are not paying salaries even to their employees?
They are paying
salaries. I think they're paying their salaries also. वो हमारा पैसा आ जाएगा, वैसे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. That's not an issue. As I said, Tata and
like I said that they had a temporary issue which they had to sort, and so the organization is running well. It is still running. The employees are getting paid. This is a bulk payment which the corporate was supposed to do. Post deduction from the salaries of the employees. This is what is going to be coming to us now. So we no longer kind of do any more disbursements to the organization employees.
Yeah, that's correct. But like my question was on that EVA model, because if they are paying a salary, if they have money to pay the salary to the employees, then they need to first clear up the EVA loans, right? So if they, in the case they are not paying salary, it's fine. If they are paying salaries and they are saying ki, we will block this EVA loan payment, that is not.
Okay, let me just answer it in a slightly different way. When you do a lending business, we are in the business of taking calculated risk. And during the journey with any of the corporates or with the employee or with any individual lender, there can be opportunities where there is an inability to pay, or there is inability to pay because of a temporary hiccup. So I'm sure that during that particular period, they did have an issue in doing the full payment to their employees as well. We are in constant touch with them. They have already confirmed to us about the reorganization and getting the organization back on track. So my intent is, as a lender, I look at two things. One, can I proactively ensure that I don't lose more money, and that we are able to do. As soon as there was a delay of more than 5 days, and after talking to them, we understood their current situation, we blocked any further disbursements. The second thing is my capability to be able to collect the overdue money. Now, since the group is renowned and they have intent to pay, they just asked us that they will take some time to make the complete payment.
Okay, got it.
So that is how it is going.
Yeah, that was helpful. So, like, can you briefly tell what is current EVA run rate monthly, and like where are we going in this financial year?
Also, as mentioned earlier, so last month we did about 8 crores in disbursements in EVA, and by the end of this financial year, by March 26, we should be anywhere around 11.5 to 12.
Okay. And with the last question, with the gold loan increasing, with the value increase, so like, would you focus more on gold loan as well, or we are?
Yeah,
on
we are
track?
focusing. Our mortgage business is also doing pretty well. Our mortgage syndication business is also picked up well.
Okay.
So all the three lines, we are focused on all the three lines. Some quarters, one particular product runs better than the other two products. That will keep on changing.
Okay. And sir, I've been following the company.
We are looking at,
Yeah?
sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
So we are looking at a steady growth in the top line as well as maintaining a healthy bottom line. See, we are on track for both now. If you look at for the last 7-8 quarters, we are steadily growing our top line as well as the bottom line. It's a turbulent market, thanks to the entire management team, and all my colleagues, they have maintained steady growth in both as the top line as well as the bottom line.
Yeah, I've been following the company. So, when we were at 4 crore PAT, there was a discussion on the future outlook, around 8 to 10x. Then next year we did 9 crores, right? And this year we are a bit less on track, or are we still on that path to reach 8x?
If you look at it, we already done top line of 21 CR for the first 9 months. So and EPS also crossed 3. And I think we should be crossing 4 in any just taking by this number. Full year we should be crossing 4 plus.
Okay. Yeah. Seems,
It's very important now. We should be, we keep our delinquencies in control. We not get berserk, in this particular market.
So, do you see headwinds to grow, or because of a constrained growth, or are we not in a
Come again,
good macro environment?
Come again, I can't hear you properly. Can you speak up please?
So we are looking at growth and while controlling NPA, right? So is it we are not in a good overall environment to grow, or are we just keeping additional checks?
Market is quite turbulent. We have to be very careful while onboarding any clients. As I told you last month, there was a lot of rejections. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Last quarter there were a lot of rejections. So we have to keep it, in our kind of business. I think bottom line is much more important than going the top line. Top line growth करना तो बहुत आसान है. आज की डेट में हम चाहे 50 करोड़ बांटना तो बहुत आसानी से बांट सकते हैं. But to collect that money is the art is in collecting that money. I think the vehicles got disconnected now.
Right. We've told.
No, can you take that again? I think she's got disconnected.
No. Yeah, I'm on.
No. I think.
Yes. I'm getting her.
Yeah. अंकित हम लोग स्टेडी ग्रोथ के ऊपर देख रहे हैं. आप देखिए 7-8 क्वार्टर से लगातार हम लोग ग्रो कर रहे हैं, both in top line as well as bottom line. But in this particular speed of I'm on this line for the last 30 years. One thing I've learned, not to run in this particular market. See, आप जो भी NBFC देखें, आप our benchmark also set in the earlier concalls also. We want to grow our company on the basis like what Kotak and HDFC have done. They have been going steadily, keeping the very tight control on the NPAs and the portfolio which they build. अगर हमें टॉप लाइन बिल्ड करना तो बहुत आसान है. उसके तो बॉटम टॉप लाइन पर उसको फिर कंट्रोल करके रखना भी उतना ही मुश्किल हो जाता है अगर आपने रिजर्व करके ग्रो किया है.
Yes. Yeah, correct, sir. Yeah, thank you, and all the very best for the.
And look at it, ours is a very asset light model. हम लोग को बहुत ज्यादा पैसा नहीं चाहिए कैसे अपना ग्रो करने के लिए. ईवा में भी next month we receive our payments back, and this is the huge scope. If you look at worldwide, ईवा companies बहुत बड़ी grow कर रही हैं. There is no reason why we should not grow in India. अभी थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये आता है कि हमें सेल करने में मुश्किल होता है. People don't even know कि this kind of product exists in the market. where somebody else, third person is giving part of your salary.
Yeah, in the West, I think there is a weekly salary concept as well. Na? So India is, I think, bit picking up for this EVA thing.
Yeah. See, US, so they pay you salary after every 2 weeks. Here we get once in a month. तो यहाँ पे concept नहीं है. अभी भी, I get onboarded one pharma company. My boys have gone there to give the presentation. Employees were shocked over this. उनको मालूम ही नहीं ऐसा प्रोडक्ट भी हो सकता है, महीने के कभी भी बीच में पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं to the extent of 20-30%.
Ankit, are you there on the call?
Yes.
Yes. Hope you got your answers.
Yeah. That was it, sir, from my side. Thank you and all the very best for the growth momentum ahead. Yeah, thank you.
Gurmeet is there now?
Yes, she is there. The next question comes from the line of Chirayu from CB Investment. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Hope I'm audible.
Hi, Chirayu.
Hi.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. In last quarter, we had two small delinquencies in EWA, I think 10,000 and 6,000. So what is the status on those?
One we have recovered, other is still pending.
Other is still pending. Okay.
I think the gentleman is hospitalized. I think some medical this same problem. He said, once I join some business, join some company, I'll pay you off. 6,000 we have recovered.
Okay, 6,000 we have recovered. No, the purpose was to ask about how efficient we are in the collection.
Come again. Your voice. Come again, please.
Yes. We've 6,000 we've recovered. The balance 10 is NPA. But we do follow up regularly with them despite being an NPA account. We do keep up our collection efforts.
And we don't have any further small delinquencies in this quarter, in Q3.
Come again, your voice. Can you speak a little
loudly? Mr. Chirayu, we cannot hear you properly because your volume is very, very low.
Okay. Hope I'm audible now.
Yes.
Yeah, now you're audible. Yeah.
So, sir, any small delinquencies in quarter 3 apart from this big delinquency of a corporate?
Major is this, with the university only, out of which almost 70% we have recovered.
Okay. So no small delinquencies from any individual corporate.
I think about 3 or 4 are there, or the small ones. We should be able. Actually, when in case if the employee lives in midway, then we recover directly from the employee. 3-4 then we recover. That's not an issue. Those are small ones.
Okay. Now, sir, my next question is, we have 180 active, 180 clients. So how many of them are active at the moment?
150. 150.
Perfect. Now, sir, my third question is mainly for a bit long term. What is our vision for, say, next year, and how are we targeting to improve the return on equity for the shareholders?
Also, the idea is to, increase our debt. So as I mentioned, currently our debt equity ratio sits at about 20%, giving us ample room to increase our debt leverage. And given that we have just been upgraded to BBB-, that improves our cost of debt as well. So as we pick more debt and deploy the same, that will hence, help in improving our return on equity. And the idea going forward into the next is to increase our AUM from the current 103 crores to by about 20-25%, being on the prudent side. And the idea is to then again increase the number of profit partnerships we have, so that 2 things happen. One, the income increases. Second, the cross-sell increases.
Right. So, sir, actually, why I'm asking this question, that we have the option to increase the leverage, but as you mentioned that we are seeing the turbulence in the market, so we are being cautious. So, so how aggressive or how cautious are we in this case? Because one side we need to increase more debt to increase the return on equity, but we also need avenues to deploy it so that and want to keep our delinquencies under the target. So, what is the vision of the management?
Correct. So as you mentioned, so again, 103 crores is the current AUM as of the last quarter. So the idea is to increase it by 20-25% on a prudent side, given the market conditions, and accordingly only we'll pick up debt.
Okay. Okay,
So we
thank
already
you.
have on the books, no? State Bank is the main lender, and there are a lot of other lenders also. We have done a debenture issue also, and we already, as said to you, we are already in touch with a couple of more banks now. So raising debt should not be an issue with us. But जितना requirement होता है हम सबसे raise कर लेते हैं funds.
Sure, sir. Right. Thank you, sir.
धीरे धीरे ऐसे ग्रो करते चले जाएं. अब देखिए 1.37 से हम लोग after we already reached to 4, we'll be reaching 4+ this year. Next year, if all goes on, everything goes on track, we should be anywhere between 7 to 8. By these current standards only. We don't हमें बहुत ज़्यादा तेज भागने की जरूरत नहीं. इसे धीरे धीरे स्टेप से चलते चले जाएं. और top line has already reached 21 CR in the first 9 months.
Yes. नहीं सर ठीक है. Actually, the business model is new in India now, so I think if we are cautious, then it's always better.
बाजार को कोई फायदा नहीं है. एक बार हम बुक बिल्ड कर लेंगे, doesn't make sense. स्टेप बाय स्टेप धीरे धीरे करके चलें.
Sure, sir. Thank you. All the best.
Sorry.
Sure. They've got their answer. Let's move on to other participants.
Thank you.
Hello.
Mr. Harsh, you are audible to us.
Yeah. Okay. No, I didn't hear you. Sorry. So hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So, the growth seems to be good. We are, progressively getting better, improving top and bottom line. But just wanted to understand, like we have 3 business verticals, right? So we basically do MSME lending. We are in EWA. And then we have this thing, resource loans, gold loans. You were also talking about some mortgage loan. What was that exactly?
So let me take this. Let me take this. So basically, we have 2 verticals: debt syndication plus lending. Under lending, we have multiple products: MSME loan, EVA. Under syndication, we have multiple loans: gold loan, personal loan, mortgage for other banks. So the 2 major verticals happen to be debt syndication and lending. Now, under these, we have multiple products.
And debt syndication accounts for fee-based revenue, the fee-based earnings, and
correct.
And lending for the interest-based. The revenue is bifurcated into 2 parts, right? So
major you can say, because in lending we charge processing fee as well, right? When disbursing the loan, so that gets booked under fee-based income.
Okay, understood. Also, yeah, I think the space is really gaining traction now. The EVA space, even though it is not a very huge opportunity, if you calculate in terms of TAM. But yeah, I mean, I think Sanjay sir said that Refine and Jiffy are the only players right now in this space. But I would like to add a few more players that have recently come up. In the EVA space, especially there's Salary Say. There's Five or Fibe, I don't know how they pronounce it, but it was common.
Five is not into EVA, they are into personal loans. Early salary, no?
Yeah, they were formerly known as Early Salary. Now they've changed their rebranded.
That's all knowledge. They are funding the employees, but in our case, the repayment comes from the employer. They take directly from the employee.
Okay. I think what Sir wants to say. I think what Sir wants to say is the early salary and your salary say. We've studied their models thoroughly. So what these guys do is they essentially give a loan against salary, wherein the repayment is made by the employee itself, by the employee themselves.
Got it.
Essentially, the payment is not coming from the employer.
But this is highly risky, right? So I would loop in back to Ankit's question previously, one of the co-investors here, right? So he asked about if this thing is payroll linked, EVA is payroll linked, and it is the employer who has to pay us now. Then how are there delinquencies, right? Because unless and until there are some solvency issues on the employer front, only then can we have this. But if they are giving out salary to their employees, they should actually first pay us, right? Since we have rolled out loans to their employees on their behalf. So basically, it's just a salary. So I didn't understand that part clearly. Pardon me, but if you would please take some pain to explain that.
No, Salin, I'll just take it here. So they did have a temporary operational issue where it's more than the solvency. They also delayed the payment of salaries to their auditors.
Okay.
So they had about 2 months where they had to do some internal recalibration, and post that they had been able to kind of get it back on track. So they did have a temporary issue, and that is why there was a delay in clearing whatever was due.
Okay, sure. No, thanks for the clarity. One more question is related to the related party transaction. So I mean, why is ECLAT? I mean, I'll put it very simply. You can answer this. Why is ECLAT not a wholly owned subsidiary of Emerald?
See, Emerald holds about 81%. It doesn't since they were like that. Only 81% was held by Emerald, and 12% is the family. Rest is with HNI.
Yeah.
So maybe going forward, I cannot promise, but I think maybe it goes, maybe going forward, maybe make it 100% subsidy. But as of now, status is that only 81% is held by the Emerald, and 12 is with the family, and the balance 7 is with HNI.
Yeah. I've seen that, seen the shareholding pattern, sir. I've seen that split. I was just trying to understand because since this is a public company, right? So it makes more sense in order to, operate through wholly owned subsidiary. Then there are.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Yeah, basically on that, I think maybe going forward something we might do it.
Yeah. Sure. No, thanks.
And in March 27, we'll become eligible for NSE listing also. After this 26 balance sheet and the March 27 balance sheet, we should be eligible for NSE listing after that also.
Awesome. That sounds great. Thank you so much for the opportunity once again, and I hope that we keep growing at the pace we are. Right.
Thank you, Ari.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Daljit Singh from Siegel. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening, Daljit.
Yes, sir. Why do smaller DSS need us as intermediary?
Your voice is cracking. Can your voice is cracking? Can you speak loudly?
Yeah, sir. I am asking why the smaller DSS need us as intermediaries? They can directly reach the banks or NBFCs. So
again, I can't hear you. Your voice is cracking, please. Can you come?
Yeah, okay, sir. I will repeat. Why do smaller DSS need us as intermediaries?
Why? What do you say? Why other DSS?
Mr. Daljit, can you just increase your volume from your end?
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
So I was asking why do DSS need us as intermediary to connect with the banks?
You mean to sub-DSS?
Yeah,
what do you mean? You mean by sub-DSS?
I will, Sanjay, let me just answer this. We are one of the largest DSA to multiple banks. As part of our acquiring business for these banks, we deploy sub DSAs. So, given the size of these particular sub DSAs, and quite a few of them are individual contributors, I don't think they qualify directly as per the qualification criteria of the bank to tie up directly.
Okay, ma'am. I have one more question.
Normally, business also sourcing companies for EVA also employs sub DSAs. So sourcing corporates for EVA business also, no? We employ sub DSAs pan India.
Okay. I have one more question. That normally the DSAs at local level, they're dealing with customers. No? Matlab they don't earn more from, they earn more from they take commission directly from the customer. And we are not engaged in that kind of activity. We are just engaged in processing of their loan. Is my understanding correct?
So there is Mr. Diljit, there is a lot of disturbance in your voice. Whatever the question was asked was not loud and clear to us.
No worries, Diljit. I think you can just write to us maybe. You can just write to us, we'll reply on mail. I think that would be more convenient for everyone.
Yes, Mr. Diljit.
Okay. Thank you very much.
The next question comes from the line of Shubham Gupta, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Shubham.
Hello. Okay. Hello, sir. So just wanted to check, like, with this with RBI cutting down the rates, how will this impact Emerald Finance? Like, how will it impact the growth journey of Emerald Finance?
Yeah, cost of borrowing will go down with that, no? And it should positively affect our profit margins. It will be good for us if the RBI cuts the rates further. Our cost of borrowing will go down with that.
Okay.
But given the current, if I may just extend to that, but I think given the current repo rate, which is about 5.25%, I don't think the RBI will reduce it further. It is on a historic low given India's rates, pre-COVID.
Okay. So this is like, if it reduces more, then it will be only positive for you. Because Okay. Thank you.
The next question comes from the line of Rohit Arora, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
My question has already been answered.
Sure, thank you.
Okay.
The next question comes from the line of Pratik from Code Advisors LLP. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I had a follow-up question. In terms of our monthly transacting users for EVA, I think it was historically, like, could we get an update on that? I think last quarter we were at 2,400 or 2,500 monthly transacting users, just growing at 10-15%. Yeah.
Correct. So we reported 2,400. Right now we are close to 2,900 to 2,950.
Okay, 900 to 950.
So it equates to roughly 13 to 14% of our entire user base.
So the entire employee base was around 17 to 18,000 across employers for Q2, if I'm not wrong. So that would be roughly, you're saying.
So that is right now sitting at about 24,000.
24,000. Okay. Another question, in terms of cost of funds, I think I had asked this, but I think it got missed. What is the borrowing rate for us? I think it was 10.95% historically.
Yeah. It's a 10.9. I think SBI will revise it in a month or two. It's a downward revision of that. Ours is linked to 6 months MPLR. So I think in a month or two, they'll be revising it downwards.
Okay.
But, with the recent upgrade in our rating also, we should go down.
Understood. And
SBI waiting for rating, fresh rating. So I'll be meeting them today evening. So I think I'll speak to them both for increase and as well as increase in the interest rates.
Got it. And last question on the gold loan, the numbers. If you could just give an updated number, I think I missed in your opening remarks you had mentioned. If you could just repeat that.
Come again. Can you repeat again, please?
Yeah. So in the last month we did 115 crores in gold loan syndication alone, and in the last quarter we did 300 crores in gold loan, 400 crores overall.
So 400 overall. Last month was 150.
150 in gold loans. Actually, we had informed 105 crores. Once we did the 1st of Jan, I think. After that, we get the updated figure. It was around 115 crores.
Okay. Got it. Perfect.
This month also we might track for that. Maybe there will be a slight increase only in this month also in Jan.
Okay.
We already crossed 115 crores in this month in Jan for gold loans.
And for the margin guidance, last quarter you had given around 75 to 80% for EBITDA, and PAT should have been around 40 to 45%. Is that the guidance that we are maintaining?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Raj, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Rajji.
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to ask, how much from the revenue, how much percentage is of EVA product currently?
4.5% on a consolidated basis.
Okay. And how much we are planning to do in, let's say, after a year?
About 6%, 6 to 7%.
Okay. So actually, we are doing this EVA stuff since I think 1 year, and still, after a year it will be around only 6%. So any plans on, rapidly expanding this thing?
Oh, so the idea here is, there have been two reasons for this. One, the entire company is growing as a whole, so all our verticals are growing, so the denominator keeps increasing. Second, the idea behind launching EVA was to not only generate revenue from EVA, but to cross-sell. Now the entire cross-sell revenue gets booked under processing fee, under the processing fee mix. So standalone from EVA itself, the target is always about 6 to 7%.
Okay. And
if you look at the gold loan business also, a lot of the cross-selling is coming from that EVA business only.
Okay. And we have some unlisted competitors, right, for this EVA product in the India.
Correct.
Yeah. So how much is our market share for the EVA product in India?
The numbers are not publicly available, given that all of these are private limited companies, so they're not mandated to give the exact revenue split or the numbers as we are mandated by the SEBI guidelines. But as per our last estimates, we were close to 15%, 10 to 15% in pure EVA.
Okay. Yeah. And and every quarter, we do this Concall after I think a day or two, right after the result. But this time I think we have delayed it more than 2 weeks. So any reason for that?
Because the management was traveling. The management was traveling internationally. Hence the the time zones weren't matching. So hence we had to push it till the management was back in the country.
Okay. And we are planning to do the Concalls, right, in the future, let's for another 1 or 2 years, right?
Absolutely, we don't see any reason. We don't see any reason not to.
Okay. Yeah.
However, if you have any, yes, sorry, please continue.
Yeah. Currently, how much fund we have unutilized, and how much SBI we had raised the request to limit to raise the limit of debt, right, from SBI.
Yes, no, I'll be meeting them today and check up with them. So they're applying to other banks also now. This is only we received the upgraded rating from Richest, so we're talking to other banks also. We're looking at 1 or 2 more options also, other than bank lines.
Okay. And currently,
as and when something critical, we'll let you know.
Okay.
But we have sufficient funds. अभी हमें business बढ़ाने के लिए ऐसे कुछ दिक्कत नहीं है. हमारे पास sufficient funds पड़े हुए हैं.
Okay, yeah. So how much percentage of funds are unutilized currently?
Come again?
How much?
I think the sir wants to know what is our cash in bank.
Yeah.
हमारे पास रहता है. Sufficient funds हमारे पास रहते हैं. Whatever different departments are, we have that money with us. हमारी payments भी तो आती रहती है, no?
Yeah, because to grow we will have we will require more funds, right, to grow.
No, that's not an issue. That's not an issue.
Yeah. Okay.
तो हमारा शॉर्ट टर्म फंडिंग होता है ना. नेक्स्ट मंथ हमारा पूरा पैसा वापस आ ही जाता है. ईवा का मेजॉरिटी का फंड कम बैक वो दैट्स नॉट. प्लस हमारा फी बेस्ड एक्टिविटी से मंथली इनकम आता है ना वहाँ से.
Yeah, but
I think what just to summarize the discussion, we have adequate funds at our disposal. Plus, we have the ability to raise more. Given our debt equity ratio only sits at 20%, and NBFCs are allowed, as per the RBI guidelines, to go up to 600% in terms of debt equity ratio, we have ample margin on us. And given the recent rating upgrade, now we are getting offers from all avenues, including banks, NBFCs, debentures, private markets, to raise more funds. So as and when we have the need to raise funds, we can do it very easily in the form of debt.
Yeah. And comparatively,
So, credit rating upgrade also gives confidence to the market. No, CRISIL was there almost for 1.5 months. They audited, they checked the entire system, they checked our books also, and on all the parameters. That gives a lot of confidence to the market also, no, once they upgrade.
Right. So this EVA business is very less risky, right, compared to other loans. So why are we not, rapidly, too much rapidly increasing this thing? We have only 24,000 employees, right?
I think there are, again, just to add to that, there are two issues now. So one is customer awareness. So as I mentioned earlier, that within the Indian market, there are only 3 to 4 competitors. So again, the market awareness is not much. So one is market awareness, and we are expecting that in the next 2 to 3 years, as the competition will increase, and including us and our current competitors, the market awareness will, the market itself rather will grow at a decent rate. Second, the market's very turbulent in the current time. Hence, we have tightened our credit policies as well, so just to avoid any risk.
And how is this public sector companies are responding to this EVA product?
Also,
Sure. I think please you have to understand that a lot of public companies, the banks, the armed forces, the state government and the central government is outside the preview of the EVA product. The public sector companies have their own robust internal employee loans and funding ability. There are multiple privileges that run to them. And since they are also governed through different company compliances, that is also not our target set. So a person like a Concall and a Wipro and Accenture of the world, they do have their own internal line of funding, which is available to them.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Rohit Juneja, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Just wanted to understand, are we on plan to onboard 250 to 60 companies by the end of this year?
Rohit, we are really working hard on that, but you may not maybe miss, by 2030 corporates miss the target. But, as far as the volume is concerned, we are almost on track for that, and overall growth is there. So overall growth target we should meet. Maybe, 250 may not be able to reach, maybe in next quarter of the next financial year. But as far as the overall top line as the bottom line growth is concerned, we should be, I think, on target.
Okay, sir. I think that's the only question I have. Thank you. And congratulations on the great set of numbers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Ronak for closing remarks.
Thank you for joining the call of Emerald Finance Limited. Should you have any queries, you can drop an email to research@kirinadvisors.com. Thank you all for joining the call. Thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of Kirin Advisors Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and now you may disconnect your lines.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye.
If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to Concall India for latest upcoming Concall.